So usually we are doing content about Vienna, but in this limited series, I want to take you to a completely different place. Welcome to Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya. This is East Africa's largest economy. It's also Africa's smartest city alongside Cape Town. We'll take a lovely walk in the streets of the city of Nairobi, and this is what you can expect. It's called Simba Street. Second-hand market. There is less COVID in these countries that you have to wash your hands, take your temperature. Naivas, one of the local supermarkets. This is the building that was actually bombed. If you know about the terror attacks in Nairobi in 1998. So pretty, huh? So beautiful. Pinata Avenue, very beautiful street. A very beautiful city. Hallo ihr Lieben und herzlich willkommen bei Living in Vienna, where we spotlight everything that's going on in Vienna. Today we are not in Vienna, we're actually over 8,000 kilometers from Vienna, and we are here in the capital city of Kenya, Nairobi, my home, my city. So what we are going to do now is that I'm going to show you some of the very cool things that you have to see when you come to Nairobi. If that sounds interesting, then lass uns anfangen. So this is the city center. We're just at the city center, and in this direction is the Supreme Court of Kenya. There are lots of people. I'm not sure why there are lots of people. And of course, here is the KICC. I'm going to take you up there so that you can see the whole entire city. Later in the evening, when the lights are coming up, that's really the best time. So we are now walking into a Beira Street. Actually, let me just wear a mask. This is actually one of my most favorite streets in the city of Nairobi. It's a city center, quite, I would say, laid back. Yeah, and it's lunchtime. Right now it's lunchtime. People are going to work. And actually, when you come to Nairobi, try and check out these pronto restaurants. It's they're serving a lot of Kenyan dishes, African dishes, and also has a bit of a flair if you're looking for the European or Western comforts. So, Mamangina Street. Huh? This is also my very favorite place to go because you see that bookstore there. I'm always going inside to check out what are the new books and just reading through to see what's there. Kenya Commercial Bank is my bank actually, and I've banked with this commercial bank and I still have an account there. It's pretty good. And this here, what you're looking at here, is the 20th century movie theater. And actually, it's a really old one. I remember I came here when I was still studying at the uni. And I would always come here on Sundays to watch a film. Right now, they have the IMAX. But in this moment, it's currently closed. And up there, the first floor, is a really cool The shop is here. It's a really cool restaurant. Spoon, it's called Big Spoon. And the bar is up there. So generally that is 20th century. And now, yes. So it's a bit kind of a shopping street. Just somewhere easy for people to go. And so that's the whole street. So I'm gonna go into this beauty store and try to get something. And I'll be right back. Don't touch that down. Sasa? So I have to clean my hands. Acha ni safishe mkono. So actually what I want to get is hair. So let me get back to you as soon as I'm done with my business here. So
You have new hair.
yes, I have new hair. Just maybe check for me. I have no labels. So we are going into Java now. No, we just want to check coffee to see if we can get a coffee.
Take away.
No, coffee beans. Yeah? We don't buy the beans here. So this is Java. We want to get the coffee. So generally, Java is a Kenyan coffee outlet. So you'll get only Kenyan coffee here, coming from Java. Yeah. So I would probably say, oh, here there's another beauty store. Okay. I would probably say that Java is an equivalent of Ida, can you say? Just Ida, no. No, Ida is a bakery.
Not Ida.
Yeah, but it's just a coffee place that you will get other options, and it's actually all over in Kenya.
More a Starbucks.
It's more of a Starbucks, but a different kind of a Starbucks, just like a Kenyan Starbucks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you find really good food there, really nice place to hang out. It's not just a coffee house. This is the International House. I think I've spent a lot of time here trying to make my trips around the world. So you find a lot of travel agencies.
Check
Uh-huh.
Java.
Yes, let's go to Aga Khan Walk. Actually, Aga Khan Walk is very superb. This here is a Hilton. It's one of the oldest buildings here in Nairobi. And yeah, we will go to Muidimbingo at some point, but let's go to Aga Khan. Aga Khan Walk, I think we can say it's equivalent of Kannerstrasse. It's a shopping street. Is it? It's not really a shopping street yet, but it's just a street where the cars are not moving, are not allowed in. City Walk is a superb shop for shoes, store for shoes, and you can see how beautiful this city is. So we go across here. Yes. So yeah, for a long time I didn't know that this street is called the Simba Street. This beautiful street. I have lived here for almost all my life, and I did not know this street is called Simba Street. And so this is Kencom. This is where it's a bus stop where you find a lot of buses going towards what do you call this side of Nairobi? Northern or southern? This side of Nairobi. Is it north, south,
I have
east,
no idea.
west? We don't know. Nobody knows. So it's south, okay. Yes. So this here is a very popular place for people because it's quite laid back. I think we just went past a shoe shining area. So there seems to be something going on here. The kids are doing something. Let's just go and walk on this other side. Very nice. Nairobi is always happening. Yeah. So now here is Aga Khan Walk. Let's walk in Aga Khan Walk. It's a very cool place. I always love walking on Aga Khan Walk. There is my bank again, KCB. So you can see how this is so cool. Some nice places for people to walk, sit, and there is also room for the plants to grow. Yeah, this is called the Green City under the sun. See? There is a small market there, second-hand market. Maybe, should we walk on this side? Yes. So, there is a market, second-hand market. You can also find Kurosh stuff there. And now we are looking at Reinsurance Plaza. This is the capital of hairdressing in the city center, yes. Yeah, you'll find very good hairdressers here. Nail, anything to do with beauty, clothes and stuff. And so they're still trying to reconstruct this Aga Khan Walk. And so on this side is Nairobi Cinema. There are movies you can watch there.
What's this guy talking?
This guy is preaching.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So he's taking advantage of the people who just came to just have a nice time, a quiet time. He's like telling them to be careful not to go to hell. This is Java. So let me just insert a clip. Are we going to insert Java? Oh, okay. Tumerudi. So, one of the reasons why there is less COVID in this country is that you have to wash your hands, take your temperature. There's a place there to press with the leg and the water comes up. So this is another Java. We're still trying to get coffee. But you can see this is like one of the coolest Javas here in the city center because it has this outdoor place. Sichukui watu video. Nachukua Java video. Java. So you're gonna take temperature to make sure that you don't have a fever. It's perfect. So for me, and then I will wash my hands. Sichukui watu video. Nachukua Java. This one. Oh, sorry. Huko umemaliza. I just started. I thought he finished. So you see, I don't have to bring anything that I got from this other shop into this one. So tunataka tu kununua coffee beans, eh? So generally this is Java. And you can see there are lots of nice little stuff.
Hello.
So we want to get a cup, yeah?
It's a mug. I don't know.
A mug. We want to get a
What's the
mug.
difference between a mug and a cup?
Yeah.
We don't
Let's
know.
ask the Americans. And I think one of the most unique things about Java is the paintings. You can see the paintings there. So pretty. Such a pretty. So you can see you cannot really compare this with Starbucks. I think it's a very elevated Starbucks.
Of course.
Huh?
Of course.
It's a very elevated Starbucks. So guys, I'm going to walk on this direction so that you guys can see the terrace, and then we'll see. I just wanted to come out through here to show this. It's actually a terrace. Do I have everything? So we just got a Java cup, but we didn't get the one that we wanted. So we'll try and find the other one later. So right now, we will let's go to, yeah, so this street actually goes down all the way. Should we go down all the way or just should we walk down to the end of Aga Khan Walk? Yeah, let's just walk to show you guys at the end of Aga Khan Walk. It's really pretty. So this direction you'll find a lot of government offices. At some point maybe we will, if we have time. Yeah. At some point when we have time, we will probably take you to the most powerful street, which is here, Nairobi's most powerful street. This is Naivas, one of the local stalls here, supermarkets, brands, yeah. And then above it is this here, in this level here, is Pronto again, this restaurant. And you see, this is how you will not find one of the differences between African cities, maybe if I would talk about Nairobi, is that the sun is very hot, but the air is very cool. So the average temperature is actually 18 degrees. So you find that the only thing you need to do here is to sit in the shade. And so many restaurants will be located on the first floor, not like you will see in Vienna, a lot of outdoor cafes, people sitting outside in the restaurants. The sun is uncomfortably hot if you're in the sun for very long. And that's pretty obvious because Nairobi is situated at the equator. So somewhere towards the equator. So that's shoe shining. This one that you see here is a shoe shining, shoe cleaning place. And behind it is a public toilet. You pay 10 shillings, 10 Kenyan shillings. How much is that in euros? It's like a cent to get in. So you're still in Aga Khan Walk. And I mentioned that this street that you see right now that we are crossing is actually the most powerful street in Nairobi. I say that because you'll find very powerful offices here. But I think generally the parliament is like the most powerful organization here. So we are still on Aga Khan. This is a less populated area. You see, I don't see any places for people to sit, but you can see there's still some coffee houses. And yeah, see how easy it is to have a business. One of the things I would say about the one big difference about Austria and Kenya is that there is so much support for small businesses. I mean, there is not support. The environment to start a small business here in Nairobi is so easy. And so, as opposed to Austria, where there are lots of rules, you pay very high taxes, and you know, here in Nairobi, by the time you start paying taxes, I think you're making a lot of money. So beautiful. So I will tell you something about this. Is the building that was actually bombed. If you know about the terror attacks in Nairobi, in 1998, August 7th, there was a bomb blast here, and yeah, it has been rebuilt. And I think majority of the times when you will see terror attacks in Nairobi or in Kenya, they just have to do with the fact that it's terror, it's terrorism. It's not that Kenya is unsafe. And as we know, there has been a lot of terror attacks around the world. So generally, I feel like Kenya and generally Nairobi is pretty safe. So you're looking at the absolutely famous Nairobi traffic in the middle of the day. This is Haile Selassie Avenue, is one of the main avenues here in Nairobi. And it will take you to the upper hill. If you can see that area, that would be the upper hill area. And actually brings us to the end of the Aga Khan walk. But behind here, you will find the railway station. You will also find the Nairobi railway station, also the railway bus station is there. Along that building there, that's the coffee cooperative or the Kahawa house. Kahawa is coffee. And so, you know, Kenya is a big coffee exporter. Once again, the bomb blast building is now the cooperative bank building. And of course, we have these charity sweepstake stands that you can pay something there to win a lotto. I really am not sure, what is this building? So pretty, huh? So beautiful. Yep. And so now we are just gonna, do we walk back or get a Uber right now to Karioko?
I think
We can get Uber from somewhere. Should we get Uber from? Let's go to this other street on this corner. Wow, so beautiful. Let's go to this street, and then from that area we can get a taxi.
okay.
Yeah? Aga Khan walk, ladies and gentlemen. So let me just find out my viewers for living in Vienna. Have you been to Africa before? Let me know. And have you been to Kenya before? And if you've been to Kenya, which part of Kenya did you go? Which part of the country did you go? Yeah. This here is my beautiful hometown, Nairobi, Kenya, capital city of Kenya. I think it's also the business hub for East and Central Africa. Yeah, and Nairobi has been voted several times as the most digital, can we say the smartest? It has been voted as the smartest city in, I don't know if you say the world or in Africa, I'm not sure. So right now, on this side you're looking at the Memorial Park for the bomb blast area. And now we are going to Muay Avenue, which is always a very busy street because of matatus, or the public transport is also passing through here. So you'll find that in most of our streets, there is always the shade. There is always shade because it's very important that we have. Hatuna tafadhali. Sina. Na hatuna mkate na maziwa. Hapana, pole. So yeah, there is also, you find that there is the roof, this kind of a roof here, like a shade for people to walk comfortably in the streets. As you will notice, there are lots of people walking in the streets. And as you can hear the noise from this side, there's a lot of this side after this street, you find a lot of businesses. It's quite buzzing. It's a lot. And so on this side, it's more quiet. It's more sane. So most people say that this side is where the Wanjiko, the citizen, or I don't know. It's like the second world and this is like the first world. Anyway, so right now we'll try and continue showing you the city of Nairobi. Oh, so we are not supposed to be caught recording here. This is the most powerful street I'd mentioned. I don't know if it's possible to see. Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Muay Avenue. So this is the most powerful street. This here is the Parliament. Avenue inaitwaje?
Huh?
Hii nje inaitwaje?
City Hallway.
City Hallway, okay. Hii side ndio iko na KICC, International. This is office of the governor. Office of the governor. And this is about where we started the walk, somewhere here. This is Wabera Street. This is Hilton. Here is an important statue. This is Kimati, Dedan Kimati, one of the freedom fighters that fought against the colonial regime and helped to gain independence for Kenya. And so this street here is named after him. It's called Kimati Street. And you can see there is Pronto again. And this is also one of the coolest streets here in the city of Nairobi. On this side you will see this white building, just the next one there, that the Sarova Stanley. It's one of the 5-star hotels here in Nairobi. And actually this street many times reminds me of the street where Landstrasse is beginning at the Landstrasse U-Bahn Station. So, Sarova Stanley Hotel has been in existence for the longest time, since the city was established. Some interesting clubs also here along these streets. See, there is a Stanley. For me, when I see this, it feels like the Hilton around the, it's called what? The Hilton area at Landstrasse. And so we have some type of a twin tower here. Is a nation center, one of the regional TV stations and news house is that's the building. And some time back, I don't remember which year, when this thing caught fire. Do you remember when this building caught fire? It was like around 2009. And so after this building caught fire, so many measures were put in place to make sure that there is enough fire exits in any building in the city to reduce fatalities. And so since then, I don't know, it has never been anything. Since 2009, they've never made it anything. The red brick building here, you see, this is the Stanbic Bank. But it's a very important street, a building, because that is where we had the first elevator, is it elevator? Lift in the city back in the years. And this particular street here, I love this street. This is Pinata Avenue. Can you see it nicely? This particular street is the Pinata Avenue. This is where it's like the main street in the city. This here is the main street. Let me just take this down. This is the main street. In this part of the city, the traffic lights mean something. But this other side, traffic lights is a suggestion. So I'm just let me just pull this down a bit. This is the Pinata Avenue, very beautiful street. And so now we are going towards the direction of the very buzzing side of the city of Nairobi. Lots of businesses. This is not yet the buzzing side, but this is Muay Avenue. This here is Muay Avenue. And you can see here there's one of the old buildings. What is this building called? This one. Yeah, these are, well, you see, these have also the British architecture in them. So these are some of the very first buildings that were created during the colonial period. This here is the capital of businesses, the bazaar. The whole of this plaza is just businesses. And is this Biashara Street? Yeah? Yeah, that's Biashara Street, Business Street. And that one thing that is quite interesting that you might not be able to believe is that nobody is living in the city. All these people just come in the morning and leave in the evening. In Kenya, we never live in the city center, especially in the city of Nairobi. So the residential areas are usually outside the city center. And you can see down there is the Ngara area. It's a very beautiful city, quite buzzing, a lot of people walking around. I was just saying previously that the reason you see a lot of people walking around is that inside the city center, we don't have any public transport that's moving people from one spot to another. So pretty much we called this the walking city. A lot of people walking. There is no inside the city buses stopping people from one point to another. And for me, I find it such a joy to just come to the city and just walk around. So this is the very buzzing side. We call this the Globe. This is the Globe roundabout. Here, Koja. This is the Koja area. And there are lots of matatus. Matatu is our public transport. The name we call matatu. You see the small vans, these ones. And we also have the bigger buses. And generally we call them matatu because when they started, they were just charging 3 cents, 3 Kenyan cents, and calling out matatu, matatu, matatu. In the next video, we're going to go to one of the business areas, actually quite astonishing areas where you find a lot of things are handmade. One of the biggest handmade market here in Nairobi. So until then, choose Peterson. Kwaheri.